1. All right, good morrow, lords, ladies. Good God, starting off on the right foot here. Good morrow, lords, ladies, and non-binary nobles. We're going to go ahead and start off on some Dungeons & Dragons here. This is the first broadcast ever for High Sodium Gaming, so if you're joining us, welcome. Today, let's meet the adventurers. So first off, we have the Dwarf Paladin with an absolute boner for justice, Ulfgar Frostbrew. Say good morrow, Ulfgar.
Good morrow, and justice for all.
Indeed. Next, we have the Halfling, who is a master of thievery and trickery. Say hello to our roguely Reed Thorngage.
What up, people?
And also, we have another Halfling in our ranks, the wisecracking Halfling Bard, who uses his magical ability of speech to, I guess, sadden his enemies into submission with self-doubt. Say hello to Kivian Stormbringer. Good morrow, Kivian.
Really, it's just about being an asshole, but I'm just so good at it that it actually hurts them.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. And lastly, we have a human monk who is silent but also deadly. Say hello to Sin Hawklight. Good morrow, Sin.
Good morrow. Also, he stinks.
I just got it.
All right. So,
he's also the one not short person in this group.
Yeah, the one tall guy. So, if something needs to be on like a shelf that's slightly above waist level, he can get it. All right. So, last time we joined our adventurers, they were hired by a dwarf miner known as Mognor Stonerender to escort a wagon load of supplies from the town of Summervale to the small re-established city of Goldhearth. On the way, however, our party discovered that the horses of Mognor, as well as his human guardian, Gondrick Steelheart, had been slaughtered by some nearby goblins. So, they decided to investigate, found a cave full of goblins. Hang on a second. Might have some technical difficulties here. Let me see if I'm still hosting some guy. Alright, 1 sec. But while they were in the cave, they did discover that Gondrick was there. However, his companion, Gondrick, or no, not Gondrick. Gondrick is the human companion. Mognor had been taken away to the castle where the Kragmaw tribe of goblins is hiding out, under the orders of someone named the Black Spider. Let me see here, and it looks like we're actually still hosting a velo, so let me go ahead and turn that off really quick. But while I'm doing that, we can go ahead and just continue updating. So after rescuing Gondrick, they had decided to go ahead and escort him to the nearby town, where outside of the tavern, they were accosted by a band of ruffians calling themselves the Red Hawks, who had made themselves the de facto law enforcement of the town, I guess we could call it. And upon interrogation of the last one, who was lucky enough to live through the encounter, they discovered that they are making a hideout beneath the castle of Goldhearth Keep. So, that's the story so far. Let's go ahead. I'm going to check out really quick and see why I'm still hosting this one guy when I specifically said I want to stream. And while I'm doing that, is there anything?
But he's really getting his butt kicked, though.
I know, and the guy's like masters on StarCraft. He's usually better than this. Bad day, I guess? I don't know. Oh, man. Technical difficulties, that's always fun, isn't it?
Best.
All right.
I mean, if you really want to, I'm not against introductory again.
All right.
My wife says hi.
Oh, your wife says hi?
Hi.
I had to say it.
That's when we're going to roleplay again.
Oh, goddammit, Twitch. Why can't you just make it easy to stop freaking hosting a dude? Seriously. Alright, let's go ahead and check the channel, see if I'm not hosting him anymore. Alright, there we go.
Introductory thing again?
Now, I'm going to go ahead and upload this to YouTube. So, they'll be able to catch the intro on that. Alright, let me see here. It stopped hosting him, so maybe now it'll start fucking hosting my channel. Who knows?
Maybe.
Yeah, perhaps. Still says I'm offline, not sure why, because... Alright, OBS is fucking with me here. So we'll go ahead and just, I'm going to upload this to YouTube after it's done, because this is being some bullshit. And I want to get to the game, so I'm not going to sit here all day trying to figure this shit out.
We'll be live next week.
Wait,
Yeah.
I know what I did. Hang on a minute. It turns out that your gracious host is a fucking idiot and left OBS on bandwidth test mode.
Oh, right, that.
I knew idiocy was involved.
Yeah, that's just my thing. That's what I do. So let's go ahead and see now. Perhaps it will work.
Perhaps.
Still showing offline, but fuck it. Let's just keep going, shall we? All right. So you've awakened at the Sleeping Giant Inn, and refreshed and ready to go. So, would you like to proceed directly to the Red Hawk hideout, or do you have some other business you'd like to take care of?
We're going to talk about with the ye old mayor about protecting the town or whatever. I don't know. Maybe getting a reward for taking care of these bastards.
I'm okay with that. It sounds like the mayor is kind of an idiot. Didn't sound like he's doing a great job. Didn't someone kind of allude to that?
Yes.
That's the impression I got.
The Tavern Keep expressed dismay with the mayor's ability to handle these ruffians within the town.
Idiocy.
Yes. So, if you'd like, you can go ahead and make a quick visit to the town master.
I'm all for it if you guys are. We can offer our services while we're taking these guys out. We get a little bit of coin, bring a little justice.
Sure do like your justice.
Let's do it.
All right, so you proceed to the townmaster's home, which is little more than a large wooden house. Inside, you can see him just kind of frittering away on a desk full of documents, signing stuff with a quill, doing townmasterly things. He looks his head up and notices you. He's a fat, portly man with a large red beard. Ah, new people, welcome to our town of Goldhearth. How may I help you today?
Oh, townmaster. We hear you have problems with brigands and bandits here, claiming that they're the local form of law and order.
As everyone comes in, Reed kind of slips into stealth behind Sin. He's going to start casing the place.
Wait, what's Reed doing?
He's slipping into stealth because you can hide behind anything bigger than him.
All right, yeah, go ahead. The mayor's not really paying attention, so I'm going to let you take 10 on that one, and it's presumed that you are in hiding until you decide otherwise.
Okay. He's going to start investigating the place to see if there's any hint that the mayor actually has been, in cahoots with these people.
Looking about, you see nothing off. This is a pretty standard little house that you're in. He's sitting behind a desk. There's a bed tucked away in the corner, and there's a dresser with just some regular things like a letter opener. Nothing really out of place that you can see.
Okay.
All right. Well, the mayor chuckles in his seat. Oh, no, ruffians? We have no ruffians in this town. If you're referring to the Red Hawks, they're merely just an enthusiastic band of sellswords, really. That's all they are. They don't cause any trouble here that's undue.
They just attacked us for going to the inn, or the tavern, last night, I guess.
Reed starts looking extra hard for stuff that proves that he's in cahoots with these people.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead and make a roll for, I think we'll do a perception. All right, so based on looking around, there's nothing really out of place. However, you can tell that he's kind of nervous and attempting to mask that nervous energy with good humor.
If these guys are a problem, we might be able to help you out with that.
Well,
Yes, we took care of the ones outside the inn without a problem.
He looks about nervously. Well, if they were a problem, I'd say if someone could possibly get them to calm themselves or even leave our fair town alone, then it would not be an unwelcome change. However, as I said before, they're merely just an enthusiastic band of lawkeepers. We're really blessed to have them in our town to keep the citizens safe.
Reed comes out of hiding behind the guy. Look, no one's buying your bullshit. So, if you're just saying stuff to keep them from being mad at you, we understand. But, we're just saying no one here believes you.
They're clearly a threat to the town. Your townsfolk have said as much.
The townmaster smiles nervously. Well, you know, it can be an adjustment. We are a recently resettled town. A lot of people were displaced before they came here. But as I told you, if perhaps some better lawmen were to come along and perhaps convince the Red Hawks that their services are no longer required, why, it would be a welcome change, I assure you. He nods at you nervously, almost as if to send some sort of secret message that he is agreeing with you.
Well, I think we've heard all we need to, gentlemen. Shall we go off and find the hideaway for these scoundrels?
I really think this place is bugged. I don't know how they'd be doing it, but holy shit, he's acting like somebody's listening to him.
Could be.
And still research investigating again, because maybe they have some sort of stone or something that makes them able to hear.
You don't see anything that's very obvious. However, you can tell that by some of the marks, perhaps like marks that were left in his desk, little chips that might have been from a weapon or some kind, that perhaps someone has paid him a not so friendly visit in recent past.
All right, should we be on our way?
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Yeah, I'm satisfied.
All right. So
what was the mayor's name?
Mayor's name was Bertram.
Russell?
I was just going with fatty incompetent, but Bertram works.
Fatty incompetent would also be acceptable. He may not appreciate that name if you call it to his face, but it wouldn't be an inaccurate name, we'll say that.
Like, when we come back as heroes, he's just gonna take it.
Also, while we're walking around, Sin is really gonna try not to look like a kindergarten teacher with all the kids around.
God damn it. Yeah, no shit. You're on a field trip today, right?
Sin, I need to make a potty break.
Sin, where's my juice box?
All right. So, well, if you can remember last night that you did actually manage to get the information on where the hideout is beneath and how to access it. If you'd like to proceed directly there, you can, or if there's any other business you'd like to take care of in the city, you can do that as well.
Well, as we head there, I would prefer to. I mean, is there only one front? Is it like a building with a front door, or are there other ways we could approach this?
As for the Goldhearth Keep, the above level of the keep is unoccupied. The Red Hawk that had spoken to you last night informed you that there's actually a secret entrance to a basement down below. He advised you of how to get there and how to find it. There's only, as far as he was able to tell you, and as far as he was aware, there was only one way to get to that entrance, though. There were no other entrances to the keep.
Okay.
Well, if there's only one way in, then that means we're probably not going to be able to sneak in. So it's probably going to be a direct assault kind of thing.
We have these dope capes. We could sneak in as new recruits, perhaps.
Maybe that's an option. They are sweet capes.
All right, so if you'd like, you can go ahead and don your totally sweet red capes and then make your way down to the hideout.
What do you guys think?
My totally sweet red cape.
I'm down for that idea too. Sounds like the best way to go about it.
Or maybe I could sneak in cause of distraction. You guys come in with the backs turned.
Yeah, it kind of depends on the security they have down there. Let's all put the capes on for now, and then we'll play it by ear.
Fine.
As long as you don't use your long swords, we're fine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sticking with my bows. Don't worry.
All right. Well, then I'm going to go ahead and move you all over to the current dungeon map. Let me see here. There you go. All right, so you can go ahead and drag your tokens onto the this general area. Right here is the main door, and this is the entrance. Upon opening the door, you see that this area is empty. There's nobody currently occupying this room.
Alright, Kid wants to start walking around and just, looking for any sort of secret entrances.
And starts looking for traps too.
Yeah, anything.
All right. Go ahead. Is it just Kiv and Sin that are looking, or is anyone else looking for traps, secret entrances, etc.?
Who's Kid?
Kiv.
Kiv.
Oh, I said
I'll
Reed's
stick around
looking to dismantle some traps.
Okay.
Sin's checking out the water here,
All right. Let me
or
see.
whatever that is.
Yeah, that's just that looks like a regular pool of water. So, Ulfgar, I'm going to go ahead and use that first roll you did for a 16 on perception. And let me see. All right, Kiev made an 11 on perception. Let me see. Reed, Sin, did you want to make perception checks as well? Sin didn't see shit. However, Reed is able to discern quite a bit from this room. After searching the room, he notices that most of these barrels and boxes are just regular old provisions, you know, food, extra clothes, things like that. However, he is able to notice that right here, there appears to be a secret door that's made to blend in with the rest of the stonework. Right here is a regular door that is closed. However, over here, there's a door that is meant to be hidden. So where would you guys like to go?
Reed kind of makes sure he doesn't raise his voice, kind of makes soft noises, soft conversation, pointing out that the door is hidden down in that corner.
Okay, Kib wants to try this door and just take a peek through to see what's on the other side.
All right, make a stealth check really quick. All right, so you're able to peek into the door without anyone noticing you. And you can see that this appears to be kind of a barracks, a resting area for the Red Hawks. You see 3 of them just kind of lounging about, 2 on a bed, 1 leaned up against the curtain crates over here.
Alright, and then Kib backs off and regroups with everyone and lets everyone know that there's 3 guys in there.
And Reed starts to unhide the door and try to get it open.
All right. So you're able to get the stone door open, and you can see down there into a hallway. It bends around, but you're not able to see where it leads by standing at the door.
Okay, Reed starts to try to sneak around and get to where he can peek around the corner.
All right. Are y'all going to join him, or are you going to wait for him to scout?
Stand a few steps behind, but yeah, I'm in the general area.
I don't
All
want
right.
to move too far up because my noisy ass will ruin things.
All right. Reed, go ahead and make a stealth check while you're moving through this hallway. Let's see here. All right, 14. Let's see. Ooh, that's a pretty great stealth check there. All right, while you were able...
I know, it's awesome.
Yeah. While you were able to see into this large room, if there was something here, it probably would have noticed you stepped on a bunch of rocks and kind of kicked them around as you were walking. But what you can see here is a large natural cavern. A cold breeze fills it, and you can smell decaying flesh on that breeze. A large crevasse divides the cavern and is flanked by 2 rough stone columns that support the 20-foot-high ceiling. 2 arched wooden bridges span the chasm.
Reed turns around and kind of goes, well, it looks like the coast is clear, at least over here.
All right, Reed, really quick, make a deception check.
Deception.
All right. Is anyone else stepping into the cavern with him? As far as you can see right now, the cavern is empty.
Still kind of talking quiet, Sin just kind of mentions, like, don't you think we should probably take care of the guys behind us so we don't get flanked by both sides if something goes wrong?
Oh.
If we could do it quickly before they raise an alarm while they're sleeping, maybe.
Or we can just keep going. It's up to you guys.
Were they sleeping?
They were sleeping in here. There were 3 that you could see in the little room right off of the alcove. Let me see here. Yeah, right in here. This room, there were 2 sleeping on a bed, and one of them that was awake and just kind of lounging up.
What about all those crates and boxes by the door?
Or provisions.
Yeah, they were just filled with ordinary provisions when you looked inside of them.
But my point is, could be like, here's the thing: since they're asleep, I don't feel too good about just going in there and butchering them in their sleep. We can always take them prisoner afterwards. But we could pile up some of those barrels or crates and lock them in that room, and then they couldn't come out even if the alarm was raised.
That's a point. Especially we are disguised as them, so we can still get the element of surprise on them.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is we don't need. They're asleep and they're in that room. We can just lock them in there, and then when it's all done, we can be like, "Hey, you're surrounded, and everyone else is dead. Surrender." That way, if we need captives to interrogate, we've already got 3 ready to go.
Okay.
All right. So do you guys want to go ahead and pile some boxes?
Yeah, let's pile some crates and barrels in front of that door to barricade the 3 of them in, so that way we don't have to worry about being ambushed when we go out into the cavern.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead.
He kind of hangs out here and makes sure nobody's coming.
All right. So I've gone ahead. This little red box with the X on it represents the crates and boxes piled up against it. You've made enough of a barrier where it would take a lot of chopping and hacking to get through that.
Excellent. Onward to the cavern room.
All right. So.
Tell your wife she's laughing.
She probably knows.
All right. Everyone except Reed, go ahead and make a deception check.
Oh no, charisma stuff.
Let's see here.
My mouse is really shitty, so sometimes it double clicks even though I single click.
Well, I'll just use the first result. I'll use the first result every time to avoid accusations of unfairness.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
All right.
Very deceptive.
Let's see here.
Deceived.
Just checking my dice real quick. All right. Well, let me see here. So, all right. So, all 3 of you, actually, Reed, you can also hear a voice whispering to you as if spoken inside of your own head. Ah, newcomers. This one is pleased to have new guests.
Oh, great. Somebody's watching us.
Sin, you can hear it.
Can you hear me, voice?
Sin, you specifically hear it say to you, ah, so, one from the Underdark. Are you happy to be back below the earth? Or maybe you feel somewhat nervous down here? You can tell that if you were even able to even think something, that the voice would know what you are thinking.
Smells like home.
Indeed. Ulfgar, you hear it whisper to you, and you? Why are you down here? Perhaps running. I know, there is someone who would like to meet you desperately. Are you here to hide?
I am here for justice.
Ah, justice, yes. The voice begins speaking to all of you again. Why have you come down to this one's lair? Are you here to feed this one? Or perhaps something more? State your business.
Who is this one?
This one had a name long ago, but it was forgotten. This one needs no name anymore.
Reed just kind of sighs and goes to check out the bridges, make sure they're safe to cross.
All right.
Has this one been here a while?
This one has dwelled here for as long as this one can remember. Reed, you said you're checking out that ladder?
Yeah, checking out the bridges to make sure they're safe to cross.
Okay. Go ahead and make a, let me see here. All right, go ahead and make a investigation check for me. Let's see. Upon inspecting that ladder that on the south side here, you can tell that it's pretty flimsily built, that probably if anything weighing more than like 50 pounds attempted to move across it, then the ladder would collapse and tumble down into the cavern. And looking down into the cavern, you can see it's about 20 feet deep. You can see the bottom, but it would be kind of a drop.
So he kind of announces that to the group and just kind of marches north. Because Reed has no time for this arcane bullshit.
I'll make a quick stone cunning check to make sure there's something unusual or strange about these walls of the cave or whatever.
Okay.
And Kiv's gonna think to the thing that was talking to it and just say, this might be a better conversation to have in person. Would you be able to appear before us?
The thing thinks back to you. Well, if this one were to show himself, the upper hand would be lost. Why should this one let you pass through?
Because we're on your side and you don't need the upper hand. I understand the caution, but we're here to be your new recruits here, and be nice to have this conversation face to face.
All right, Reed, was that checking out the little bridge right there?
Yeah, that was checking the north one.
All right, you can tell this one's a lot more sturdy. Pretty much anybody could walk across that without having anything collapse underneath them. And who was that who was just talking to the voice?
Kiv.
All right, Huey says, tell me, what side do you speak of? This one has no side, except this one's own side. This one hungers. Why should this one let you go when this one could simply feast?
Well, we were told the Red Hawks have taken up residence here, and I thought you were affiliated with them in some way. Again, this would be helpful to have this conversation face to face so I know who I'm talking to.
This one feels safer from his own place. The Red Hawks have taken up residence here, and this one lets them live here, so they may feed this one.
And what does this one eat?
This one craves flesh. Flesh of any living creature, usually.
Perhaps we could offer you the flesh of all of the Red Hawks down here.
You hear a chuckling inside of your head. Tempting though it is. But how can this one know that you are being true?
Because we locked up 3 of them in a room. You can just go on and take them.
All right, go ahead and make a persuasion check. Whoever offered him the Red Hawks.
It was kind of a bluff, though.
All right, let's see here. 1 second.
Reed's like, I really don't give a shit if you eat those 3 people. So,
Kiv definitely gives a shit. Kiv is using this as a way to get this guy to appear so that we might be able to take him out too. Does not sound like a good presence.
You hear a chuckle inside of your head. Very well. If you wish to... Sorry about that. Very well. This one will let you pass. But if you come through again, be sure to bring something for this one to consume. How he grows hungry.
Sorry, the ghostly Wi-Fi seems to be. Could you repeat that?
All right. It says, this one will let you pass if you bring this one regular meals. You may pass, but know this. This one can be somewhat angry when deceived. So basically he's saying he'll go ahead and let you go, but you've got to feed him.
Right. Alright, well, we can consider bringing a corpse up on our way out if we want.
Very well.
Reed just kind of throws up his hands, like, there's 3 of them sleeping right on the side of this wall, so at it.
This one appreciates your gift. The Red Hawks make their way through here regularly. Perhaps this one will just not allow them to pass next time they come through.
So Reed crosses the bridge and starts investigating this north tunnel.
All right. You can see that there's 2, basically this cavern goes into a few different places. Up here, there's a set of stairs leading up to a place you can't see, as well as a set of stairs up here. And over on the north side of the cavern, you see what appears to be basically a large storage room with a great deal more provisions, as well as, extra bedrolls and a large pile of clothes.
Kid would like to poke around up there and see what he sees. Anything valuable? Any other people around?
You can go ahead and, if Kiv's poking around up there, go ahead and make a, let me see here, a perception check. Let's see. All right, you are able to notice that toward the top there is what appears to be another secret door, similar to the one you found in the last room. And there's also a secret door right here. So to the left, on the bottom left of this room, there's a secret door, as well as to the upper right. So one here and one up here.
Alright, Kiv is gonna go catch up to everyone and let them know. Tell Alfgar as he passes, and then try to catch up with Reed and Sin, and just relay that information.
Reed looks interested. Ooh, secret doors usually are very nice places to investigate. And so he's all for going to check that one out.
Sin, what do you think?
Well, first I want to check out what this is all about.
All right. Going up the stair, you can see that there's a staircase leading up, and there's a door to the south of the hallway at the staircase, as well as to the north at the end of the hallway.
Okay, I'm just gonna go back, check out that secret door with everybody else.
All right, which one, the northern one or the southern one? Or east or west?
Let's do west.
All right. Okay, so the secret door. So you can see that there's a secret door leading. Let me see here. Got to recheck my reference. One moment, please. All right, so you can see that in the secret door there appears to be a staircase. You can't see much beyond the staircase. It appears to just be a staircase leading. Let me see. Yep, looks like it's going back upstairs almost.
What about this one?
This one over here. Opening that secret door, you can see what appears to be just kind of a little extension on the storage area. There's another door that's already been left open leading into what looks like an armory with just some swords and stuff in it, as well as a hallway going south.
Have we searched through all the crates in this little store area yet, or no?
You can go ahead and search through them if you like, but they contain just more ordinary provisions that they'd had with them. Nothing special really catches your eye.
I'm gonna stealthily step into here.
All right. All right. So you've stealthily walked into this hallway, and you see a door on the southern end of it. Other than that, nothing.
So it looks like it's just like a weapon cache kind of thing going on.
Yeah, looks like just extra weapons, some swords. Nothing special, though.
Reed starts sneakily heading up the stairs to see what he can find out.
Yeah, I'd like to take a peek inside that.
All right. So let me see. I'm going to use your stealth check from just a second ago. When you peek into this doorway, you can see that there's a few sarcophagi, as well as 3 skeletons that are just kind of standing there wearing scraps of armor.
Okay, I'm gonna just slowly close the door back.
And Reed, make a perception check.
I just tell everybody else what I found over there.
Fucking skeletons? That's evil as shit. We need to get rid of them.
Reed, you can go ahead and make a perception check if you want. There we go. All right, so let me see here. You can see that there is another secret door at the bottom of this staircase. So it's right where you're standing, pretty much. There's another secret door right here, similar to the other ones.
Reed tries to listen through it.
And Ulfgar heads off towards the skeleton room.
All right. So, Reed, and listening through it, you don't hear a whole lot, just a little occasional, like, muttering, and sounds like maybe some pen being scratched on some parchment or an inkwell.
He slowly tries to open the door.
All right, make a stealth check. All right. Upon opening the door, you see what appears to be someone's chambers. So let me see here, reveal that to you. There's an old man, there's an old man wearing a robe sitting at a desk with a large staff leaned up against it. He's sitting there just kind of going through parchment, writing down some things, and reading other things. He has not noticed you.
Reed slowly draws his bow and pulls back an arrow. Who are you?
The man looks surprised to see you. Ah, a guest! Welcome, welcome, please. There's no need for weapons. Have a seat, please.
Who are you?
That's where I'm going to kick in the door and go after one of these skeletons.
We're going off in all sorts of different directions.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
The man doesn't...
Skeletons.
Okay, kick in the door. Reed, we'll get back to you in a second, because now there's fucking skeletons. So are you
Is
gonna...
the skeleton stunned?
What?
He kicked open the door, so it would be funny if did that guy get hit?
No, he did not get hit. However, when the door kicks open, the skeletons really don't seem to notice you. They just kind of stand there.
Oh.
I'm going to bash him with my axe and my divine smite.
All right, go ahead
If
and
I hit him, that is.
go ahead and bash him with your little axe then. Fine.
Move yourself into the room.
Yeah, go ahead and move into the room wherever you're going to go. And I'll give you a surprise round on this because the skeletons don't even seem to give a shit that you're there.
And then I'm also expending with that, if that's a hit, which I'm assuming it is, I'm going to expend a spell slot to divinely smite his ass.
All right, let me go ahead and take a look here. Yeah, that is definitely. Ulfgar just immediately wants to run in there and bash the shit out of a skeleton. All right.
Kid's on board, so he's gonna dart past Ulfgar while this exchange is happening.
All right, so
I'm gonna go check what.
extra 2d8 damage. Go ahead and roll your extra 2d8 for the skeleton. Is it 3d8?
It's an extra d8 if it. It's 1d. It's 2d8 for each spell level.
Oh, okay.
Up to 5d8 plus an extra d8 if it's an undead or a fiend.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll damage. That's a hit on the skeleton.
That was 6 extra.
So.
The 8 was a 4th roll.
Okay, so
Sadly.
6 extra. All right. Let me take a look here.
So 12 damage.
All right. See,
Roll
12
3 and
damage.
then a 1 and then a 3.
The skeleton takes
3,
a
1, and
mighty
2.
blow. However, it appears that the skeleton is still alive at this point, but just barely.
You're right. It was a 3, 1, and a 3, so I actually did 13 damage total. Not 12.
Okay, well, in that case, the skeleton drops into a pile of dusty bones with just some scraps of armor on top of him.
Ah!
All right, go ahead and, Sin, are you still in the room, or are you going the other way?
No. I was gonna go see what Reed's doing.
Okay, so it's just Ulfgar and Kiv roll, let me see. Go ahead and roll initiative. That'll be used for the next round. All right, let me see here. So, 10, and Ulfgar has... Ulfgar, you didn't roll for initiative yet. 3, out fucking standing. So 3 initiative, and we go roll for the skeletons really quick.
Golden skeletons?
No, the regular kind. And we'll roll for this one.
I bet these skeletons are chock full of
man.
gold. I'm gonna bust a couple of them open.
I mean, you can do that. The one that exploded into a pile of dust didn't have any gold in them, though. All right.
Well, that hard enough.
All right, so Kiv, go ahead and take your turn. The skeleton, one of the skeletons has perished into a pile of dust under Ulfgar's mighty blow. You can go ahead and make an attack or do what you're going to do.
All right, I will chuck a dagger at this guy.
All right. Let's see here. All right, you chuck a dagger at this guy, you say? Right here? Okay. So you go ahead and chuck a dagger at him, and the dagger sticks in his skeletal arm, and looks like it hurts pretty good, but he looks at you like, you know, with this blank look on his skull.
Is he making any move to, like, come at us, or does he look hostile at this point?
He looks like he's about to start turning around and hitting you, but you still got the drop on him, so this is your surprise round.
Take him down.
All right, so now that the surprise round is over, this guy right here gets pretty pissed off, and he starts coming at you. So goes over to
I'll
Kiv.
get an action after him.
Huh? What's
I'll
that?
get an
That was
action
the
after him.
surprise round.
That was a surprise round, and you're last in line. I mean, do you want to use, because you used your attack action, so do you want to use your move?
Oh, no, I'm fine then.
All right. So yeah, Skelly Boy comes here and takes a swing at Kiv. It looks like he's taking it personally that you decided to just, friggin' throw a knife at him. I don't think he appreciated it. So let me see here. All right.
Yep.
Is that a hit?
That is it.
All right. So go ahead and give yourself 4 damage.
Got it. I just edited on my character sheet. That's all I'm supposed to do, right?
Yeah, actually, let me set up, because I forgot to set up your HP bar really quick. There we go. So, all right.
Is it working?
Shit, it should have, but it's being stupid right now. All right, there we go. So yeah, 12 out of 16. Okay. So, okay. All right, skeletons. 1 second, please. All right, so the skeleton went ahead and made a stabby at Kiv, and now it is Kiv's turn.
He's dead, Jim.
Did you hear me?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I did not either.
Skeleton made his stabby move at Kiv. Now it is Kiv's turn.
Fuck him up.
Ooh. I will stab back.
All right. Go ahead and stab back at him. All right. Your stabbing hits him right in his skeletal chest. However, he's not going to fall down yet. He looks like he's barely holding on to whatever's keeping him up, though. Next is Ulfgar's turn.
We will commence with more smashing.
All right. Which skeleton would you like to smash?
I'm going to go with the wounded one. Finish him off. I
All
want
right.
to see more of my magic powers.
Take a swing.
That's what we call a critical hit.
All right. Yeah, you bring your battle axe down on him, cleaving him in two
Nice.
and leaving a giant pile of nasty bones and armor scraps on the floor. There's one skeleton
Justice.
left. There's one skeleton
use
left in the room.
Use
He-
my move action to run up on him so that Sin here can be safe.
All right.
Or,
Let me see here.
You know what I mean.
Yep, I'll let you go ahead and move up on him wherever you want. All right. So, the skeleton, being unable to move past the stocky guy in plate mail in front of him, decides, you know what, I'll just hit this guy then. So he goes ahead and makes his attack roll. If I can pull up his stupid... There we go. Goes ahead and makes his attack roll. And let's see if he hits you or not. Probably not, because you have like a 19 armor class or some shit.
That's correct.
Yeah, so he takes a swing at you, however, it clangs off your armor uselessly. The skeleton looks ashamed. All right, next we'll go back to Kiv. It's now your turn again.
Alright, kid's gonna walk over here and chuck a dagger.
All right. All right, the dagger implants itself right in the skeleton's stupid head. He receives 6 damage. And next is Ulfgar's turn. Next is Ulfgar's turn.
I think we all know what's coming.
Yep, fucking battle axe. Go for it.
Justice smash.
Wow. Okay.
Damn.
Yeah. You go ahead and just bring another mighty blow down on the skeleton, turning him into a complete pile of every bone in his body shatters as you bear down on him with a diagonal cut. There's nothing left in the room that you could ever put back together. He is the Humpty Dumpty of the skeleton world.
Justice smash.
Ulfgar, that was fucking awesome. Is there gold in there?
You find no
Are these
gold within the
golden skeletons?
skeletons. They're only the regular kind.
He wants to check out the sarcophagus.
All right. In the sarcophagus, you find some dusty old bones as well as a silver ring.
Bust those bones
Taking a
open.
silver
They're
ring.
chock full of gold.
And then I think Ulfgar's probably gonna search the one he's at, and I'll search this other one too.
Yeah, we'll search the stuff.
All right.
Sarcophagi.
So within the sarcophagi,
Golden skeleton.
each one contains a regular, not golden skeleton, as well as a silver ring. Looks like a signet ring with some long-lost noble house on it. Beyond that, the only thing else in this room is a door right here, and a large
Hold on
double
to the,
door
Ooh.
right
hold on to
here.
these silver rings for safekeeping for now.
Yeah.
All
I'm gonna hand
right.
over the
Hold on
two
to the rings.
rings. Yeah.
All
And
right.
then
So unless you want to
we
go
need to
and...
go back and rejoin the rest of the group.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you're going to go
I'll
join
get in
Reed and
trouble.
Sin. All right.
He's
So-
making sure that the guy cannot restore staff.
Okay.
So I walk up to the room and I see Reed with a bow drawn. I guess that's all I see.
All right. The old man in the robe begins noticing everyone in the room. Please, please, come in and sit down, friends. Have a seat. Everything's fine. No need for violence.
I don't think everything's fine here because if you haven't noticed, there's bandits everywhere and kind of bad guys. So I'm inclined to think you're one of them.
I am not one of these bad guys, as you put them. Yes, I am in command of the Red Hawks. However, they're simply acting as the lawmen around here. Some of them may get out of hand from time to time, but I assure you it's because they've had too much to drink at the Tipsy Juggler. Nothing more than that. The old man continues working on his papers as you all come into the room. He seems to not feel threatened by you and attempts to put out a friendly demeanor.
Is this happening while we were fighting skeletons, or are we kind of catching up at this point?
You're kind of catching up at this point. I'm going to go ahead and say that, you were kind of coming in as they fought the skeletons, so you can all be in the room as this happens.
Okay.
All right. Ulfgar, are you in here too?
Yep, one moment. I'm just writing something down. I'll be move my character in a second.
All right.
So if I heard him say that there's nothing wrong and this is all good, I'm like, what about those skeletons we just came across?
The skeletons, yes, they have been reanimated. They've been here for a long time. You see, some necromancers like to come to old keeps and practice their ability to reanimate corpses. But I assure you the skeletons are in no danger. I've enchanted them to not attack anyone who's wearing a red cloak, as you gentlemen are. Though I've never seen you within the Red Hawk ranks. Why are you wearing those cloaks?
Some of your men jumped us at the inn while we were just trying to grab a drink, so we helped ourselves afterwards.
I see. Well, that is a shame that they would act that way. Again, they probably just had a few too many ales and were getting a little too enthusiastic in their duties for protecting the town. I mean, if I were to see some armored men coming into the town, I might be on the defensive as well.
Is this guy like totally cool with us jumping as dudes?
Yeah, he's totally cool.
That's a little weird.
Now, gentlemen, if I can ask, what is your business here?
To determine if you're a threat to the town, and if you are, handle it.
And
I-
also, I believe you guys are associated with somebody who has one of our friends.
I don't trust him. I'm gonna see if I can figure out if he's lying to me.
All right. Ulfgar, you can tell that though he has a friendly demeanor, he may be hiding something up his sleeve. He's not totally friendly toward you. He realizes that you could strike at any moment and seems at the ready to strike back.
By the way, how is your relationship with him?
Oh, him? I'm not quite sure I know what you mean, him. That's a very generic word to use to describe somebody.
He didn't give us a name. He said he didn't have one anymore when we walked in.
Oh, yes, him. Yes, you see, he's what's called a Nauthic. They're attracted to areas that have magical energy. However, I assure you, he will not be leaving this place due to the necrotic well within the crevasse. He will still simply stay down here, waiting to be fed. I assure you, he's no threat as long as you keep him fed. Like any other good dog, he's good for protection and always relies on food.
And what would this food be?
Food?
Flesh.
He does crave flesh, yes. And luckily, it's in abundant supply around this place.
Like feeding your own men to them?
Well, not my own men specifically, no. But should someone in town become out of hand and need to be removed for the safety of the people, why, the Nothic can simply take care of that for us.
Is that your idea of justice? You just feed the townsfolk to the Nothic? Do they get a trial?
Well, luckily for us, we have an expert for justice right here.
That's right.
Hey, Ulfgar, what's your verdict?
Yeah, does that sound like justice, Ulfgar?
Does not sound like justice, but I know what justice would be.
Now, gentlemen, I assure you, we can't do it. We could probably come to some sort of agreement here. How would you like to take charge of the Red Hawks? I have pressing business elsewhere and can't be expected to command them forever.
Maybe like business in the castle?
I was thinking he was having business down in the Draconic Well.
I'm gonna see if I can persuade him to tell me what.
I'm not sure he would love to feed flesh.
Damn.
Yeah, what kind of business do you have to attend to elsewhere?
I have business with a friend of mine. Now, I don't know why that business could concern you.
Well, you mentioned friend, and that's kind of why we're here, too. We're looking for a friend of ours. He's a dwarf. You may have kidnapped him recently.
Dwarf does not ring a bell. The only dwarf I see is the one who is potentially a great lawman standing right in front of my desk. I know of no other dwarves.
Do I believe him?
Do you know the Black Spider?
Wait, hang on. Do I believe him? What you just said?
You can go ahead and make a roll for it and see. I mean, as far as you can tell, he's being truthful.
Yeah, Reed's going to check too because he's not really believing anything. At least I'm not.
All right, go ahead and make your check, Reed.
Insight?
Yeah, an insight check.
Not very wise.
Yeah, Reed, as far as you can tell, the guy's being entirely truthful.
Since I still feel kind of shaky about it, I'm gonna demand he ask an answer. Do you know anything about the Black Spider?
All right. You see a nervous look go across his face. Black spider? Well, what, like some sort of arachnid that comes and bites you while you're sleeping? No, I don't know anything about that. As he speaks, you can see a nervous flit of his eyes, though. Criminal.
We agree it's a dumb name. It's probably not an actual spider, just a guy who came up with a stupid name, like the guy who came up with the Red Hawks. Was that you?
The Red Hawks was not my idea. They simply chose that name based on their red cloaks and that something about striking quickly like a hawk. I don't know. But that was not my idea.
Look at what bandits to me. So much for lawmen having a rather banditry point of view.
Well, if the local lawmen are in need of reform, you would be the perfect people to take care of that while I attend to my business, wouldn't you?
Our business is rescuing this dwarf. His name's Magnar Stonerender. If you don't know something about it, your friend might.
My friend. Well, my friend might not be willing to take audience with you. So, judging by the way you've been acting towards me, I don't think I'd want you to meet him. I have met you with nothing but courtesies, and here you are accusing me of being some sort of monster.
Says the guy feeding townsfolk to a literal monster.
Now,
you can see this from our perspective, can't you?
I can understand it from your perspective. But if you're not going to take me up on my offer to reform this town's law enforcement and allow me to go about my business, then I'm going to have to ask you gentlemen to leave.
Oh, we'll leave and we'll just take you with us.
Now, I won't be coming with you anywhere. Why would I?
Because I really don't feel like letting you meet your objective, because it probably doesn't spell very good for the realm.
Listen, gentlemen.
Look over to Reed and tell him to shut the door.
Okay, Reed shuts the door.
Very well. If we must handle it your way, then it will have to be handled your way. But I apologize that we couldn't come to a more peaceable agreement. All right. So, go ahead and everyone roll initiative.
Oh, great. You picked a fight with the Black Spider.
Right, great staff, right? We've heard of that name.
Yes, you have heard the name Greatstaff, and judging by the large staff in his quarters, you can tell that he probably got his name from the staff he has.
Guys, I think we were looking for someone named Great Staff, but I don't think this guy's it. That's not a great staff over there. It's a pretty shitty staff. We'll keep looking after.
Okay, how do you know roll initiative again? Because I'm clicking initiative and it's giving me errors.
I don't know why it's acting
Mine's
stupid,
errors
so
too, so
just
I rolled a
roll,
D20.
just use the regular thing to roll a d20 as per usual.
Yeah, I just rolled a d20 and add
Minus
minus.
checks.
Alright, so let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and roll Greatstaff's initiative.
Oh, man. I got an actual decent initiative for once.
Alright, let's see here. So, alright, so Sin got...
I'm not last.
I know, right? That's unusual.
It's awesome.
Alright, so Sin's got a 7. Ulfgar, you got yourself a... Let's see here. 16? Let me see.
No, mine's 14.
14. Reed is a 16.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Reed got a 16. Alright. Ulfgar, where do you roll? Okay, it's up there. Never mind. I see you. Alright, yeah, so you got a 14. Reed got a 16. And Kiv, did you already make your roll?
Yeah, it's 12.
Alright. Oh, whoops. There. Yeah. Who have I not added yet? We'll go ahead and add Reed, who has a 16. And I'll add Ilmar, who got himself a super kick-ass 5. So, as you can tell, that's going to work out really great for him in the long run. Okay, so we don't have a surprise round on this one. So we're just going to go ahead and start off with Reed. What are you going to do?
He's going to try to kneecap him with an arrow.
The one you've been holding this entire time.
I was like holding him
Just
hostage.
release.
Just release.
All right. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Clicking on short bow, nothing's happening.
Used to be an adventurer like us. I'm gonna give an arrow to me.
Let's see here.
I'm quitting this group, just so you guys know.
Right there.
All right. Let me see here. So Reed, you said you were going to make an arrow?
Yeah, and I'm clicking on my short bow, but it's
Is it showing up on Roll20 where it makes you choose between what you want to use?
Okay. Hang on.
there we go.
There we
I
go.
got it.
All right. So I'll go with the higher one there, just because I think I clicked on yours at the same time. All right, so 9. So you draw your arrow and quickly bury it into Greatstaff's knee. He cries out in pain. Let me see, you deal 9 damage. So he cries out in pain, a sure shot right to where you wanted to hit him. Or, let me see. All right, so. All right, next, do you want to make a move action, or are you going to stay where you are?
Are you sure you want to fight?
He looks up at you. That is nothing. I assure you, your violence will only be met with further violence. He winces in
It's not
pain.
the way of the world, though.
Right. Ulfgar, what you want to do?
Acts of justice.
Acts of justice, of course. All right. Go ahead and, well, your acts of justice misses wide and plants himself in his desk, and he looks at you with a look of doubt. Oh, the acts of justice, is that what we call it? What crime has my desk committed?
The crime of being ugly.
All right, you going to do a move action or stay where you are?
No, I'm just gonna pry my axe out of his desk so I can justice him next turn.
All right, Keeve, take your turn.
Kid is going to inspire Ulfgar, show what true justice is, and that's going to be a D6 whenever you need it. And then he is going to cast Vicious Mockery at the son of a bitch.
All right, let's see if I can. All right, go ahead and make your roll. So a Wisdom saving throw, which he easily passes. He just looks at you like, really, a simple cantrip like that? You expect to defeat me with that? He cackles in your face. Fool.
I would take a step back a little further.
All right. Sin, go ahead, make your move.
I'm gonna step up to him. I'm just gonna full round him.
All right.
Spending a key point. I'm gonna spend a key point and I'm just gonna do Fury of Blows.
All right.
So let's do this.
Jesus Christ. Let me see. Yeah, you do a great flurry of blows. He collapses to the ground unconscious. If he is not attended to medically soon, he will surely die.
Search his pockets.
Holy shit, Sid, that was awesome.
Yeah, Reed starts to tend to him. He wants to take him hostage, obviously.
All right.
Awesome.
So you said you're going to check his pockets?
Yes.
All right.
Yup.
You don't find anything in his pockets of note, just, some material components pouch, but that's about it. However, there is a footlocker near his bed. All right, Reed, you're able to stabilize him quite easily.
And bind him as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
as we're binding him up, we're just kind of like, I guess it was all talk.
That was nothing. Kid would like to take a look at the staff. Can I tell if it's like magical in any way?
Let me see here. I forgot what to replace spellcraft for this check on that really quick.
Arcana, I think.
Yeah, check knowledge arcana and see if you can decipher anything about it. From what you can tell, the staff is magical in some way. However, you can't tell what the exact enchantment on it is.
Alright, I'm gonna take that.
All right. Sin. All right.
Sid,
Well,
take a
shit.
look at this.
From what you can tell, that is a staff of defense. So let me see here. Let me look up that properties I had on it really quick. All right. So from what you can tell, it's a staff of defense. Weighs about 3 pounds, and whoever wields it would have a slight advantage when it comes to armor. Whether or not they're wearing armor at all, this would make them slightly hardier to attack. So it's basically a +1 to AC staff.
+2 AC?
+1 to your armor class.
Oh, okay. Sin, is this something you would use? You like whacking people with staffs, right?
You like whacking people with staffs, it is true.
Right? Yeah, well...
Does it look like it would be something that someone of my martial expertise would enjoy having, or...?
Yeah, it's an ordinary quarterstaff. It's got some kind of intricate, just swirly designs carved into it, but, it's basically just a regular wooden quarterstaff. It could be used as much for attack as it could for magic.
Okay. That's what I was trying to ask, if it looked more like casterly kind of staff or a quarterstaff. If it's a quarterstaff, I'll definitely use it if you guys don't want it.
Great staff, yeah.
Yeah, take it.
So is it a +1 since it's enchanted?
Yes, it's it's a +1 to armor class. However, it's let me see here. Other than that,
It's just a normal quarterstaff and no +1 or anything like that.
Oh, I also forgot. You can also use an action of the staff if you can cast. So you're not going to be able to do this, but if you were a caster, you would be able to use. It does have a charge of mage armor or shield.
That's cool.
So, yeah. So otherwise, no, it's not like enchanted as a +1 quarterstaff. It just grants +1 to armor class.
Alright. I'll change up my quarterstaff to use this.
Yep, it's called the Staff of Defense. Yeah.
Does it require tuning?
No.
Okay.
Anyone who picks it up can use it.
That footlocker.
All right. Let me see here.
And Reed's also going to investigate what's left of the desk. Search the papers and stuff.
All right. Let me see.
Change my AC by 1, huh?
Yep, just add 1 to your AC for that.
Kip's gonna start taking notes on what's been going down. He was really impressed with Ulfgar's ass kickery of the skeletons,
Yeah.
and then Sin just destroyed this guy that was talking a big game. So as a bard, he's just taking notes on this story as it unfolds.
All right.
He doesn't tell anyone though.
Meanwhile, Reed's like, "What the fuck, dude? What about me?"
Yeah,
Well, I
right.
mean, you know, you
Well,
hit him in the knee. That was pretty fucking awesome. And it's
And
going
you
to the
held the
story.
door closed.
You
Did
prevented
close
from
the
getting
door.
to the great stuff.
All right. In the footlocker, you find 180 silver pieces, 130 gold pieces, as well as some gems. There's a pearl, 2 peridots, and 5 carnelians in there. If you want to make an intuition check, I think you can kind of try and price it by just standing there.
All right, and then what else did you say again?
Let me see here. 180 silver pieces, 130 gold pieces. Do you need to know which gems are in there as well?
I got a pearl, 2 peridots, and then 5 carn. What do you?
5 carnelians, yes.
Why would you need a pair of dots? I don't understand what dots are for.
I don't know either. This is just what they're called.
All right, so
That's why they're called peridots.
180 silver, 130 gold, and I got the rest.
All right. So, all right. Other than that, there's nothing else of. Let me see here. Other than that, you did find in his desk a letter.
Read it.
All right. It says, "To Ilmar, my spies in Summervale have told me that strangers are due to arrive in Goldhearth. They could be working for the dwarves. Capture them if you can, kill them if you must, but don't allow them to upset our plans. See that any dwarven maps in their possession are delivered to me with haste. I'm counting on you. Don't disappoint me." And at the bottom, you can see a signet containing a spider in black wax has been sealed.
He turns the letter around, show everybody. It's like, well, it looks like the black spider is working with this guy. I'd say let's keep him around. I still want to feed him the narcotic well, personally. Maybe we can use that to our advantage.
We could also use him as bait to bring out that Nothic if we want to take care of that. That thing sounded evil. Like, it started speaking to all of our minds the second we walked into this place.
I really just want to dangle like his head over the edge of the cavern and just use that fear of death to make him talk.
Oh, we can do that first and then feed him to the Nothic. And then attack the Nothic, you know, is what I'm getting at.
Hey, Justice Boy, you can turn your back during all this, right?
What was that?
Hey, Justice Boy, you can turn your back while we're doing all this, right?
I don't know. I'm not sure if it's necessarily a bad thing either.
Don't let her make up your mind unless I haul this boy downstairs. And Ray opens the door and starts dragging the body.
All right.
Interrogate him?
Yeah, you might
We're going
want
to
to.
interrogate him. We're just going to do it while he's inkling out over the necrotic rift.
Okay. Well, I can go ahead and dangle him right here if you'd like. You can wake him up whenever you want.
Is this a door, by the way, over here in the office?
Yes, this is a door right here.
Yeah, Reed gets out his water flask, a little bit on his face, and goes, "Oh, wakey, sunshine."
Great staff wakes up. "What are you doing? Let me go immediately." He looks up at you with fear in his eyes.
You want that?
Are you sure?
He notices the cavern below him. No, just please release me. Let me go in peace. I will not fight you.
He shows him the letter with the black spider signature. Well, it looks like you have things we want to know.
All right, go ahead and make an intimidation check with advantage.
Advantage. Intimidation.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice. Okay, so he looks up at you with trembling and fear. He's shaking however well he can within his bindings. All right, fine, I'll tell you everything. What do you want to know?
Everything. Just start.
Very well. I was instructed by the Black Spider to take charge of the Red Hawks to keep the townsfolk in check for him. He didn't want anyone in the town destroying his plans or interfering.
And what are his plans?
The Black Spider is seeking out the dwarf. The dwarf has a map to a place thought long lost.
And where is the dwarf?
As far as I know, the dwarf was abducted by the goblins and was taken off to Cracktooth Castle.
And where is Cracktooth Castle?
Was it Rocktooth Castle?
Rocktooth Castle, yes, my bad.
Don't lie to us, great staff.
Great staff. I'm sorry. The goblins all have such terribly stupid names, it's hard to remember sometimes. Yes, Rocktooth Castle. That is where the goblins, under the employ of the Black Spider, have been hiding. As far as I know, they took the dwarf and his map there, waiting for the Black Spider to come and claim them.
How many goblins are in that castle?
I don't know. They keep a large garrison of goblins and bugbears inside. I'm not sure how many there are. I know that there's goblins and bugbears and possibly a few other things. I'm not sure exactly what they keep.
If you wrote a letter that instructed them to release the dwarf into our possession, would they comply? Do you have any sway there?
They would not comply. I command the Red Hawks. The Rocktooth tribe are commanded by their leadership and the Black Spider. They can take orders from him alone.
It's a shame. He might have been useful.
I know, it's such a shame. He kind of starts to play the edge of the blade against the ropes.
Hey,
Not really cutting it, but just like threatening.
Wait! Isn't there something we can work out here?
What do you have to offer?
Listen, I can't help you just get the dwarf to safety, but I can tell you where the castle is. I can even guide you there. If you just allow me to go free when it is completed, I promise I shall be no more of a threat.
What good are your promises? That's the question.
Listen, I'm not just an ordinary wizard. I'm a member of the Knights of Many Banners. All right, they are looking for me. If they find that you have killed me, you will face their wrath.
Reed looks around. Does that name ring any bells to any of you guys?
You do remember that Gondrick had advised you he was a member of the Knights of Many Banners, and that he was specifically looking for a wizard who had gone missing in this area.
Oh.
Do you know Gondrick?
Yes, Gondrick. Yes, I've worked with him many times. He usually acted as an escort for me. Listen, Great Staff is just a name the Red Hawks gave me. My real name is Ilmar Thunderstroke. Yeah, and that name, by the way, it sounds off in all your heads. That is the name of the wizard that Gondrick was looking for.
Oh, look, I don't get to kill you today. That's awesome. Good for you.
Yeah, so I guess we could just keep him tied up and gagged, and we'll just take him back to Gondrick.
Before we do that, I want to know about your plans you were talking about earlier. It's time for you to talk.
Fine. My instructions came specifically from the Black Spider. I know very little about him other than he is a drow. He had advised me specifically to keep the Red Hawks under control so they could keep the town folks under control. He didn't want anyone mistakenly finding the Glittering Caverns.
What does a drow want to do with the surface world?
I don't know what he wants, but he has a great interest in the Glittering Caverns. Something about some sort of forge or arcane power hidden in there long ago. The caverns were thought lost until the dwarves rediscovered them.
How do you communicate with him?
Generally by
How do you get
letter.
in touch?
He'll have a goblin bring a letter to me with his seal on it. I can bring no letters to him, though. It's simply a one-way communication.
I suppose that means one of the things we can do is wait for the next letter and follow the goblin back.
Has anyone ever seen the Black Spider that you know of?
I know of very few who see the Black Spider. He will sometimes come to Rocktooth Castle to check in with their leader. However, other than that, he's very secretive. He's hard to get a hold of.
And by this time, Reed's hauling the guy back up onto the bridge.
That might be useful, guys, that no one has really seen the Black Spider. Certainly none of his lowly goblins or anyone.
Well, we've seen him. Somebody's seen him enough to know that he's a drow.
Right, true.
The Black Spider
And
only approached me
has,
once in person to make his offer. Other than that, I haven't seen him since. It's all been communication between the goblins and myself.
Out of out of curiosity, I have a disguise kit. Is that something that's capable? Like, could that replicate a drow, or is it more like just a set of clothes?
Really, you'd have to make a pretty good, especially since you're a friggin' halfling, aren't you?
Well, it wouldn't be for me, but yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to make a pretty decent, like, I'd want you to roll a pretty decent check on disguise to make it convincing. Especially
Well, we
since
can
none
talk
of you
about
are
that later.
elves.
but I just kind of like shoot a glance over to him because, as someone that's been in the Underdark for quite a while, I'm very accustomed to what a drow is and who they are. And I know that they don't necessarily like doing things on the surface world, so it's very peculiar that one would be doing this.
Alright, so what are you guys gonna do here? Do you want to keep the old wizard alive? Do you want to take him prisoner? Dre.
Take him prisoner.
Yeah, my assumption is that we bound and gagged him, and we're gonna take him back to
And before we do that, so what else is in this castle anyway? There's an awful lot of hidden doors in here.
Yep, and there were the couple double doors we saw with the skeletons, the door in the office. We should definitely
Stairs
explore
leading
this
everywhere.
place before we go.
Great staff. Or Ilmar, what of note is down here? Where do all these passages lead? Where do all these hidden doors go?
This used to be just the basement and dungeon for the castle. As far as I know, there are some skeletons that, the ones that you saw earlier, I enchanted them so they would not attack anyone who is a member of the Red Hawks, and they would know them by wearing cloaks. There are some prison cells, there are some prison cells, and mostly it's just quarters. There are a few bugbears and one goblin here to help keep tabs between us and the Rocktooth tribe. Other than that, we just use this mostly as a base of operations and sundry storage.
I don't know. I don't think getting in any scuffs with him and Toes could be a very good idea.
Let's tie him up and lock him up in the armory closet. Then we can come back for him. He'll be safe and sound there.
I don't know. Wizard. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we should probably bring him, but we might have to face this Nothic on the way out if we're not bringing him a corpse.
Yeah.
If we take a spell component pouch, how can he cast spells?
Yeah, generally, you've got his hands bound, so he wouldn't be able to cast anything with a somatic component. You've taken his pouch away, so his material components are gone. And well, if you find a way to make him not talk, that would remove his ability to use verbal components.
Yep, we could gag him, bind his hands, and take a spell component pouch and leave him in the armory. And
Well, the armory, you can use any blades there to cut himself free. You can just kind of wiggle over there and rub his ropes against it.
Yeah, not armory, but a closet somewhere.
Well,
His
the
office.
point being, we can lock him somewhere secure, and if he truly is someone that Gondrick will recognize and wants to come out of here alive, he'll just wait patiently for us. We're going to take him to Gondrick afterwards. There's no reason for him to escape if he's telling the truth.
I mean, I'm okay with that. Gondrick's right in town, right?
Yeah, Gondrick is still staying at the Sleeping Giant. He's been going around town today, kind of inquiring toward if anyone's seen Magnor or knows of his fate.
Or, if we bring him with us, anyone we see, he can order them to stand down.
He looks up at you with a little bit of hope in his eyes. Yes, I will order them all to stand down, I promise. Just don't hurt me.
Oh, right now you're valuable to us alive and dead, so don't worry about that.
Do we really need him to order them to stand down, though?
Well, I mean, as much as I realize you love justice and bloodshed,
I'd rather avoid unnecessarily killing if we can, guys.
Well, if this is going to be the bottom of the castle, I think if we just brought him to town first and then came back, it would probably be better.
Okay, I'm down for that.
Because obviously we still have some of those Red Hawks to deal with that are kind of...
And the bugbears and goblins are away, so with the exception of the Nothic, which may attack, we shouldn't get in a fight with this guy in tow. We can just stick him in a corner if we do.
Alright, so what do you guys want to do with him?
I suppose we'll go, since there's already 2 votes to it, we can back down. Back down.
I guess we'll take Ilmar with us back to town and then come to turn him in, and then we'll come back here to finish exploring.
All right, so you can go ahead and do a quick. We'll stay on this map and then bring you back. Do whatever you got to do in town really quick. If you just want to take him straight over to Gondrick.
Yeah. Does anything happen when we leave this cavern?
No, nothing happens. You do hear a voice calling out to you. This one still hungers. You will bring him food, won't you?
Oh, you'll get fed. Just give us a lot.
Wait for us to come back and we'll give you 2 bodies.
You hear some giggling inside of your head. Very well. This one awaits.
Okay.
All right. So back in town, you can see Gondrick kind of walking about the streets asking of his dwarven companion. He looks toward you and sees that you have Ilmar bound in ropes. He comes running to you. What are you doing? Why have you bound this wizard of the Knights of Many Banners? I demand an explanation.
More like the leader of the Red Hawks.
He looks at you with his mouth gaping open. The leader of the Red Hawks? Surely this must be a lie.
And Reed shows him the letter. It just doesn't say anything.
He looks over the letter, studying it and furrowing his brow. He looks back up at you. He gazes into Ilmar's eyes for a long pause. Ilmar, why? Why have you done this? Ilmar offers no answer, merely hanging his head low and refusing to look at him. He looks back at you. Very well. I will take him and... Well, there's somewhere around here I could probably have him locked up for now, but he will be brought back to Summervale and be met with justice of our order, I assure you.
He's going to guide us to the castle. Don't worry about it, we still have uses for him.
Very well. I will allow you to use him as your guide, just so, as long as you are to bring him back immediately.
You have our word.
Well, I mean, now he's in relative safely. I think we could maybe just have him tell us where it is.
Yeah, let's just plot a map and have him, give us the precise instruction. I don't want to bring this guy and then have to go back and then go back again.
Gondrick says, "Yes, that seems like the best idea. That way I can assure to his justice immediately." Reluctantly, Ilmar complies and shows you on a map where you can find the Rocktooth Castle. It's a few miles outside of town, possibly half a day's ride out.
Perfect. We got what we needed.
Are we going back to the keep though now? Before we go to the castle?
There is still quite a bit that you've left unexplored in the keep if you want.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I'd vote that. I'm gonna kill that fucking Nothic.
Oh, you want to kill the Nothic? Oh boy.
Alright.
That thing was evil. I can't live with myself letting something like that just live and feed on townsfolk. If he'll convince someone else to do it if we don't, or if we don't take care of him.
It's not very just.
Alright, you know what, Kiv? I like the way you're role-playing right now. I'm going to go ahead and give you an inspiration, so until I tell you otherwise, go ahead and add a +1 to any of your rolls.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
So I also kind of, before we go back into earshot of the Nothic, I kind of talk to the party a little bit and just say, just be wary when you're dealing with Nothics. They're very suggestive, but they will stab you in the back. I've had a run-in or two with them.
Fortunately for us, we know where 3 ready meals are. To at least draw them out.
Are we getting in over our heads if you've run into one of these things? I don't know much about them.
Generally they're wizards who just happen to be in the Underdark for a little bit too long, and they kind of changes their mind. So just be wary around them.
Alright, well I think we should try to bait him out with food and then take him out. Open to suggestions though.
Anyone else got suggestions?
Bait him out.
Oh yeah, if we take all 3 of those guys alive and just bring them out and say, hey, we got 3 bodies for you. All you gotta do is come out, and you might just do it.
Thing dropped out, but that sounds good to me.
All right. Well, go ahead and let me see here. If you're going to grab these 3 guys, then you can go ahead and get back to this room. Move your tokens back into this room. When you come back in, you hear a great deal of shouting and banging on the door. Yeah, they haven't been able to move all the stuff you put in their way out.
Hello, who's there?
They start yelling, "Let us out! This isn't funny anymore!"
Silence!
They go
I don't know. It
silent.
looks pretty funny to me.
Silence! We're asking the questions here.
It's just
You hear the yelling from the other side of the door. "Who is this?"
Silence! We're asking the questions here.
"Very well. What do you want?"
We want to know if you want to know who this is.
"What?"
I'm asking the questions here.
Sid just kicks open the door.
I was going to say he starts planting his face against the door.
God damn it.
It's like, oh my fuck.
God damn you. All right. So Sin's going to go ahead and kick the door in.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you see there's 3 guys in there who look like they're a little bit tired from trying to bang this door down for a while. They look up at you and are a little confused as to why you're wearing a red cape, yet you're trapping them in there anyway.
How dare you destroy our precious crates and door?
What? We didn't
When the
destroy
Black
them.
Spider hears about this, he's going to be furious.
But we didn't destroy them. We were trying to get out.
Same story.
Some idiot moved them in the way and we couldn't get out of here. Were we to just die?
Okay, you know what? Follow us downstairs. We're gonna have some questions, but we may be able to sort this out. We need to walk down into the cavern, though, so let's get going.
Wait, you mean to tell me you 3 were on guard duty and you let someone stack a whole bunch of shit in front of the door without waking you up?
We were off
Idiot.
duty. That's why we're in the barracks, you idiot.
Oh,
You guys-
I'm the idiot. I'm not the person that got locked in a room.
You guys know that the door swings in, right?
Well, be that as it may, what is this word you bring of the Black Spider? What does he want?
Follow us down to
Never
the
mind. Go
cavern.
downstairs.
Yeah, let's handle it down there.
All right, go ahead and make a persuasion check.
I'm actually good at that. Hold on.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Wow,
I
nice.
got me a +5.
All right, so the men just kind of look at each other and nod and begin following you down. Well, this better be good, they say. So,
It's
Alright,
not
so-
delicious.
So as we enter the cavern, I would like to mentally, I don't know, reach out, I guess? Or does anything happen as I enter the cavern? I want to try to contact this Nothic.
if you want to, try and think at it like you were earlier, I'm sure it could hear you in the cavern.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, and I just want to let him know that we've brought him a snack.
Yes, this one can see that.
I'm going to think
I'm
about
going to kind of
lost if I
step
found
back.
All right. As you
Tell
step
them to
back,
stay there.
you see a twisted, one-eyed creature jump out from behind a column and start charging toward the men. He easily knocks the first one down and begins feasting on him greedily.
Wait, oh god, before that happens, let's do something about this. Can I, throw a dagger? Or wait, what was with the deal with this bridge? Wasn't it, precarious?
Yeah.
Does it break under him?
Let me see. How much does a Nothic weigh? I don't know how much a Nothic weighs. It's medium size, but based on how skinny it is, I'm going to say maybe it doesn't weigh that much. You know what, I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, the idiot, you called me out on it, so I'll reward you for that. The idiot, fucking dumbass Nothic steps onto the rickety bridge and immediately falls down into it. All right, and yeah,
That takes care of
Problem
that.
solved.
that might actually solve your problem right there. Let's go ahead and see. So he falls down the bridge and takes 2d6 bludgeoning damage. Let's see how hurt he is.
I'm assuming that it's like deep enough that we can actually like see in there, right?
Yeah, can we
He
see
falls
him?
down and takes 2 damage.
Oh man.
Yeah, so he's no worse for wear.
Can I see him down there?
Yeah, it's only 20 feet down, so you can easily see him.
Are you okay?
He calls up, "Yes, this one is fine, just a little too excited."
Can you get back up here?
Yes, quite easily. You can see there are kind of footholds in the rocks. Like, anyone could climb up that without really even trying.
Seeing
So
this
as he's-
whole, like, charade, I'm gonna kind of just block off this area.
Reed just kind of looks at the other 3 soldiers like, you guys checking this out?
And as
But-
he's climbing up, I want to ready an action so that when he pops up, I'm gonna chuck a dagger at him.
All right, so he's climbing up this way. So you see the other 3 guys are like, "The hell with this," and they just run away. They're not going to stick around to see what happens.
I thought someone was blocking it off.
I was blocking it off.
Oh, you were blocking it off? All right, well, then they stay there. And don't run away.
Reed
I'm
gestures.
also readying an action to take a swing at this thing when it climbs up.
Reed gestures to the 3 fancy ass soldiers.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to fight for your freedom, now's the time to do it.
They look pretty nervous to fight the Nothic, but they are left with no choice, so they draw their weapons and get ready to comply. All right, so...
Reed just kind of whistles a little bit and leans against the wall.
All right, let's go ahead and everybody roll initiative. And let's see here. And let me go ahead and roll the Nothic's initiative. Oh, man. Nice. Good job, Nothic. Way to go. Idiot.
So are these guys considered friendly to us? Like, that I can just kind of like move through them?
Yeah, they're since they're going to be focused on fighting the Nothic for their lives, then you'll be able to move through their square if you want. Even, yeah, let me see, was that? Yeah, I mean, and technically halflings, if anyone here is a halfling and wants to move through their square, you can do that because you have the halfling nimbleness. All right.
I think 2 halflings and a dwarf, right?
Yep. The dwarf, since that doesn't have that as a racial bonus as far as I know, but halflings do. Okay, Ulfgar, let me give you your turn here. You got an 8. Let me see, Reed got a 15. Man, Reed, you always have good initiative.
We call that being a halfling rogue.
Yeah, right.
Comes from territory.
Sin got a 19. And let me give these 3 idiots their initiative there.
Oh, you know, as he's climbing, like as part of readying an action, can I turn to Ulfgar and just tell him to get that axe ready and give him bardic inspiration?
Yeah, while he's climbing up, it's going to take him at least a turn to do that, so I'll go ahead and let you do whatever you want on that one. Ready your actions. You're going to have the drop on him for this. All right, let's see here. Got 3 decent initiative rolls for the brigands. All right.
One of them's really gun up.
I know, he wants to live. And let me see, next one's got 11. The other 2 are like, they probably don't want to live that bad, but this one's like, yeah, he wants to get out of here alive.
I added 1 to my initiative. That's cool.
Yeah, go ahead and add 1 to that. So let's see here. We'll get the order of operations going. All right, so first up is the Red Hawk Brigand, who's just kind of standing at the ready. He's gonna, wait. He's gonna wait it out. Next is Sin. What would you like to do?
So this technically doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, this is now gone. I'll go ahead and draw an X over it. No more. Nah, no.
Okay. So I'm gonna take this spot right here. And I'll use seeing as I've seen a familiar face that I'm not really too happy to see, I'm just gonna unload on him and spend a key point.
All right, go ahead.
Since one gets turned to a poor knowledge, want to know.
Let's see here. All right, so 2 of those hits land true on him. Let me see here, and he takes a total of 11 damage, getting some good body shots in on him. All right. And let me see, Kid, what you gonna do?
I'm gonna chuck a dagger at him.
All right. You throw the dagger, however, it sails past him and lands on the other side of the crevasse.
And I'm going to inspire Reed. Like, get that bow ready. Let's do this.
All right, Reed, you got a D6 you can use within the next 10 minutes.
Right.
And next is Reed, so your turn.
And he fires that short bow.
All right, look at that. You do get a good 21 on him, and let me see, D6 plus. Yeah, so 3, and then did you use your other D6 there?
Let me roll that D6 real quick.
Okay. All right, he takes 8 more damage, so you land a good shot right in his shoulder. He cries out in pain, wondering why he's been betrayed by his friends. Let's see here, 34, so 26. There we go. All right, he has a look of betrayal in his one shiny red eye. Let me see here. This Red Hawk Brigand, okay, so this guy here, he's going to go ahead and, he doesn't have any kind of, friggin', ranged weapons, so he's going to take a step over here and kind of stand on the ledge and take a swing at the Nothic. However, he misses pretty pathetically. Clearly, he hasn't been keeping up with his training. He looks embarrassed. This Red Hawk Brigand notices that now the door is unguarded and makes a break for it, decides to run as fast as he can toward the exit. So he's gone. And next is Ulfgar.
Time for the acts of justice to bring some justice.
All right, let's see how it does this time. It's been on fire lately, but not today. You swing. It doesn't even look like you were aiming at him. You kind of swing up above his head like you were expecting him to be higher by the time you had swung.
Whoa, watch it.
All right. Next is the super eager Red Hot Brigand's turn, because I'm treating that as a surprise round, just so y'all know, since he was not ready for you to betray him. So it's going to look like he's on top of you. You're both, as long as Sin, you'll allow him to share that 5-foot square.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So you're both kind of standing in the same square, and he's going to take a swing at the Nothic. And again, he hits pretty pathetically. He decides to kind of back off and take a 5-foot step to let the expert take a hit, take the shot. So, Sin, now it's your turn.
All right.
Oh, wow. Nice. Okay, so you make 2 hits on him, one with your unarmed attack and another with your quarterstaff, landing some devastating blows on the Nothic. He takes a total of 11 damage. He's starting to look like he's getting tired. He might not be able to hang on for a whole lot longer if he can't climb back up. All right. You want to make a move, or are you going to stay where you are?
I mean, everyone's in attacking range, so I think right here's pretty good.
All right, so Kiv, you're next.
Would I be able to run in between Reed and Sin, stab him, and then run back?
Let me see. Yeah, you can move in. You can move in and out of that. Halfling nimbleness is going to allow you to kind of move in and out of their square.
Yeah, I don't know if I would move out though. Actually, so would I be able to stay kind of in between them?
Yes.
Or behind them? All right, yes. Well, we'll see.
So.
Fuck it. I'm just gonna throw a dagger.
All right, throw another dagger. Go for it. Your dagger again sails wide and lands uselessly on the cavern floor. The Nothic is starting to.
Might be hard to get back.
Nothic appears to be questioning your ability to throw things.
That's fair. That's fair.
Reed turns around and questions his ability to throw things.
All right, you guys have a point. I'll work on it.
All right. So next, as let me see, Reed's turn.
Pew pew, that short bow.
All right, make it happen. Oh, excellent. All right, you send an arrow right into the face of the Nothic. It howls out in pain, looking like it may drop over any moment. Let me see here. You gonna make a move action, or are you done?
I'm hanging out here.
All right. And next is the brigand sitting over on the side of it on the ledge. He's gonna see if he can be a hero today and make the final kill. However, he doesn't. He hits the Nothic, however, just kind of scrapes his sword along it. The Nothic's natural armor is no match for this man's weak blade. And let me see here. The other cowardly guy ran out already, so it's Ulfgar's turn. So let's see. Wow, Ulfgar makes a hit this time. All right, Ulfgar, you managed to finally lop off the Nothic's head. Its lifeless corpse is sputtering blood and falls down into the cavern below, making a pool of disgusting blood all over the place. The Nothic is now dead.
Justice is served.
Yes, justice has indeed been served for this dark creature.
What's up with this group and killing things before they even get their turn?
Yeah, right?
Kicking ass.
Yeah, I guess so. Holy shit.
I guess that's a cue for the DM to raise the encounter level.
Yeah, I guess
Oh,
so.
please don't.
Yeah.
That,
Don't
We
worry.
have justice on our side.
do you not remember that bugbear that one-shot our tank last
Yeah.
episode?
Yeah, true. Holy shit. Yeah, that was hilarious. All right. Well,
Don't open too much.
the other two Red Hawks look at you. They say, "Okay, we've helped you slaughter the creature. Can we please leave?"
Oh yeah, you're good to go.
All right. They run out. From what you can tell, they're totes done being Red Hawks. They didn't sign up for this.
But don't forget your sweet red cape.
They drop their capes on their way out. Clearly, they're not wanting to wear them anymore.
Oh, this such sweet capes, though.
More keeps for us.
All right, so you have conquered the Nothic and also managed to convince a few ruffians to stop their evil ways. What you gonna do now?
Explore!
All right, where do you want to explore? You still haven't checked out. Oh, you're gonna check out this room right here.
Yes, and well.
All right. All right, so you're gonna try and peek in the door first. You're just gonna swing it open.
I'll peek at a door. Let me roll a stealth here.
All right. All right, so you're able to see inside of the door. You can see that there are 4 members of the Red Hawks kind of sitting around a table, angrily shouting at each other as they're playing dice games.
We probably should have got those other guys. Casting it.
Yeah.
While they're doing that, Reed's checking out this door over here.
All right.
Okay.
Or the door over
I
here.
mean-
I can figure out where the door
Okay.
is.
Oh, yeah, there's
Yeah,
2
some
doors here. This is
surprise.
a double door here, and this is just a regular door here.
He's got to peek through the double door.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth check. All right. You're able to peek through, and you can just see a long hallway that kind of turns right and goes back into the main entryway. There's nothing really in the hallway, though. It's just empty.
Sweet.
All right.
So I turn to Kiv, and I'd be like, should we just like pretend like we're them, or
I don't know. Are we killing these guys? I mean, they are bandits.
you know what? I got an idea.
Reed keeps investigating, by the way.
Okay. Let me see.
Justin just kind of walks in, and I look at those guys, and I'll be like, where have you guys been? There's people been attacking the base. They killed our monster. They killed our leader. What are you guys doing?
They look up at you. Well, we've been playing dice until you interrupted us. What do you want? We can't change
good
anything.
for you. Get on out here and let's get this taken care of.
Fine, fine. Make a quick persuasion check.
Oh no, please don't. Don't make me do this. God damn it.
Yes!
They look at you. Wait a minute. Your cloak is far too clean to be one of us. Get him! They draw their swords and start charging at you.
Oh no, your sweet cloak was too sweet.
Now, guys. We can just talk this out, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Roll initiative. Alright, so.
Oh,
Nice.
Ulfgar will be there eventually.
Jesus Christ, Ulfgar, that's pathetic. Alright.
Ulfgar will show up one day.
Don't tell that to read. He's
That's
over there being
awful.
like, I got shit to explore.
Just gonna give you a 0 here. Alright, let's see here.
Read way over there.
Well, it's like guys, we have like a monk death machine over here, so are we really in any danger?
Yeah, I can't tell. Let me see here. Got some pretty ordinary rolls on the brigands for the most part. Alright, so let me see here. First is going to be Kib. The brigands have drawn their weapons and turned around, but they haven't had a chance to move in on you yet.
Hey, wait, do your math again. Are you sure I'm not first?
Yeah, I'm pretty fucking sure there, Ulfgar.
Alright, I am going to cast sleep on all of them.
All of them. Alright, let me go ahead. Alright,
So
sleep,
it's up to 14 health. I don't know how many that'll affect.
Okay, so roll 5d8. This is how many hit points a spell this can affect. So 14. Let me see here. Hang on, let me cross-reference something real quick, like. Alright, so your spell, while cast successfully, does not actually put any of them to sleep. They all...
But they're kind of groggy.
No, they kind of look at you like, what are you doing?
And then I'm going to inspire Sin. Like, alright, 2v4, let's do this.
Alright, Sin, you got a d6 you can roll on like an attack roll or something like that in the next 10 minutes. Next is this brigand's turn, who is going to rush up to Sin and attempt to attack him with his attack. So let's see here. He swings at you with his short sword. Ah! And it looks like he hits you for 6 damage.
This looks like some bad odds for you guys.
Yeah, it would be very
You
painful
just pissed me off.
for you. Alright, so go ahead and take 6 HP off yourself, Sin.
Yep.
Alright, hang on, let me see if I can get your health bar working here.
Oh, when we had left, I had meant to use hit dice just before we came back to the place. Can I do that before?
Yeah, I'll let you do it.
Because we went all the way back to town and then came back.
Yeah, I'll let you do that, no big deal. Gee, holy crap, phone's going off like crazy. Alright, so let me see here. This next one is going to come down here, take a swing at you. Kind of try and chop at you while you're in the doorway. So get ready, Kiv, because you got hit hard.
Shit.
You take 11 piercing damage.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah, so, yeah, take that. Alright. And next is Sin's turn.
Well, look at the guy that just, like, almost cut our halfling bard in half.
Ah, this guy?
Yeah, and I'm just gonna go in on him.
Alright, do your thing. Alright, let me see here. Your quarterstaff does swings wide and passes by his head. However, your unarmed attack, you punch him right in his stupid face, dealing 7 bludgeoning damage. He looks like he took a pretty good hit to the jaw. Not happy. Alright. And are you going to move or are you going to stay where you are?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to share the space with Kib and kind of like semi block him.
Okay. You can go ahead and do that. So I'll, if you want to just, yeah, I'll go ahead and allow that. You can kind of have attacks directed toward you. All right. So
Thanks, buddy.
next is the Red Hawk Brigand. This one right here charges up at Sin and takes a swing at him, dealing 4 damage to Sin.
By the way, can I start hearing combat start breaking out?
Hmm?
Or am
Oh,
I too far away?
you're too far away. You're not going to be able to hear anything from all the way over there.
Okay.
All right. So, let me see. Sin, did you deal appropriate damage on that?
Yep.
All right. And last, we got this Brigand, who's going to come up and take a swing at you as well. However, he misses wide and is not able to hit anything but the air. All right.
Finally.
Ulfgar, you going to come and try and join this fight here, Mr. Slow Guy?
Oh, yes.
All right. Well,
Let's see.
go ahead and do what you got to do. So
How much movement do you have?
it's a dwarf, so he has 25.
Oh no. He can get like to the stairs.
Yeah,
He can dash and
he
get
can
all the way
dash and
to
use
us,
his
just
full
can't do
movement
anything else.
to get up to you guys, and then be ready to attack next round.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
Let's see, so it would be 10 here, then another 15. So you could get up to like this part of the hall, and with using a regular move action. Because I'd let you kind of step through this square, you know. And then, you know, another 5 feet there. And, you know, another 15 to get up here. So, yeah. So if you want, you can use a dash and get
There we
right
go.
up to him. There you go. All right, so Ulfgar takes his fucking time and finally gets up to the melee. All right, so next we're back at freaking, what you call it? Kiv's turn. Yeah, there we go.
All right. Well, shit.
All right,
I'm
so
gonna cast Fairy Fire on these guys, and then onward, like into the room, but just starting with these guys.
all right, let me see here. So let me see. Okay, I'm gonna have them do their dex throws really quick. So let me see here. Saving throws, dex. So we'll go ahead and say red has you can have advantage toward him now. Okay. If they don't have a mark on them, then they don't have advantage, or then there's no advantage on them. So this guy on the left doesn't have an advantage. This guy, let me see here. This guy
Jeez.
made a great save against it. And finally, homeboy right here just barely couldn't get out of the way. So red and blue, you will have advantage when attacking them.
Cool.
All right. So, Kiv, you going to use any other actions?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Next is this dude right here who's going to take a swing at Sin. Since Sin is doing his very best to block for you. Let's see here. And he is able to get close, however, just in the nick of time, Sin manages to dodge his swing. And it lands on the ground ineffective. Next is the Brigand to your left, who also takes a swing at you. However, his swing is even more pathetic. He hits Sin with the flat of his weapon, but it deals absolutely no damage because he swings like a girl. Next is Sin's turn.
I'm sure any girl that's going to watch this YouTube is going to have problems with that.
Yeah, it's all right.
Little girl?
Yeah, like he swings like a weak child, not a girl, okay? We're accepting of all races, genders, ethnicities, all that. We don't make stereotypes. He swings like a weak child.
Hashtag feminism.
Yeah,
So
feminism
I'm gonna
good.
go ahead and just unload on blue, and that's at advantage, correct?
Yes.
You my boy Blue?
That's right.
My boy in blue.
All right, so first attack gets this was. Let me see. You can go ahead and use your advantage to hit again with your unarmed attack, or was that with advantage already applied? It
That's
was.
with advantage already.
Okay. All right, then you're able to deal 5 damage to him. So takes a good whack on the head, but he looks no worse for wear on it. All right, next.
Just gonna continue trying to guard Keeve.
All right. Next is going to be the guy in the center's attack, who rolls a fucking natural 20. Or no, 10 to hit. Huh.
Don't scare me like that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, no, it was a.
3D dice.
All right, never mind. The 3D dice were acting stupid. All right, so he takes a swing at you and again just kind of misses wide and isn't able to do anything to you. He feels ashamed of himself. Next is his friend standing next to him, who hopefully swings like a man. And he does. He deals 7 damage to you, Sin.
I'm not looking too good, guys.
All right. So let's see.
My wife, I love her. I'm not going to make it home for Christmas.
Uh-oh.
Seriously, just the 2 of us?
It's also Sin and Kiv are sharing the same square. Sin's doing his best to protect him. So yeah, Sin's looking like he could use a little bit of first aid or something though. And it actually is Ulfgar's turn.
All right, 1 sec. Let me check something real quick.
All right. Let me see here. So you're gonna make your attack, Ulfgar? Ulfgar, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm just checking something real quick to see what I want to do with my turn because I can.
All right.
Have all my spells saved. 1 sec. All right, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds and use it to cure Sin of damage.
Okay. So are you using a spell slot or your lay on hands?
No, spell slot for now.
Okay. All right, go ahead and cast. Let me see here. All right. So, yep, either way, you got a 3 on that. Well, yeah, a 3. So, Sin, you recover 4 hit points.
Sweet. Thank you.
Okay. And now it is Kiv's turn again. So, red and blue have both taken hits, and the 2 unmarked guys are healthy.
All right, I'm going to viciously mock Red. Just tell him his cape is stupid. I don't know.
All right, go ahead and do your vicious mockery. All right, let me see here. Down.
Do I need to roll a deception check because the cape isn't stupid?
No. However, he fails it miserably and feels a lot of doubt about his cape, so takes 2 psychic damage for that. Now he looks like he's been actually hurt by your hurtful words. Okay. Next is Blue, who's going to make his attack toward Sin. And he makes a... barely misses
Because
him.
of the staff. Because of the staff.
Yep, barely misses him. So it looks like that staff is doing his job because though the hit lands, it doesn't hurt at all. You can tell that there's something special about this staff. Red is going to try and face this new threat who's entered the hallway. He takes a swing at the dwarf standing before him and is just so pathetic. He swipes sideways and accidentally hits his sword into the wall with a mighty clang. It hurts his arm. All right, Sin, it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and keep hitting Blue.
All right. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's a hit. And so is that. So your quarterstaff makes a mighty sound off the man's skull. And then you give him one last punch to the jaw, which knocks him to the floor dead. So Blue is no longer a threat. Your fearsome martial arts prowess knows no bounds. All right, so, well, that takes up Blue's turn. So next is unmarked 1 and 2. So center unmarked guy is pretty upset that you killed his friend. He's going to take an attack at you. And he's really bad at it. He, like, swings in your general direction, but he does not actually hit you at all. You sit there and you ponder if he was even aiming for you. And next is other unmarked guy, who actually does manage to hit you, dealing 7 piercing damage.
Thank God for the cure. Oh,
All right, so Sin is now unconscious, and if he doesn't get some healing soon, it could be a bad day for him. But that brings up Ulfgar.
Ulfgar will lay on hands and cure him of 10 damage.
All right, go ahead and how much damage do you cure?
10 points.
Okay, so go ahead. Now you're stabilized and you're back up to 10 hit points. But good job, Ulfgar. Knew you'd come in handy.
I believe you guys both still have inspiration. If it hasn't been 10 minutes since the Nothic fight, anyway.
I've still got my inspiration, yeah, but I've been healing.
Yeah, that's usually
Right.
used for attack rolls, checks like that.
Just a reminder.
All right, yeah. So if you do want to use
next
them.
round though, because now I've done all the healing I can.
All right, so Kiv, it's now your turn. Blue is dead. Red is wounded. The other 2 are healthy.
I'm just gonna stab Red.
All right, stab him right in his dumb face. All right, let me see here. Yeah, that's a hit. So you stab Red, and you get him right in the kidney. He cries out in pain with blood spewing out of his side. He almost collapses to the ground, but is able to hold himself up and get ready to attack.
He just kind of shies away from the spraying blood.
Yeah. Yeah, so let me see here. He's going to see if he can take out this dwarf, because dwarf keeps reviving people and making it harder to kill them. So he makes his attack. And he hits the dwarf, however pathetically it might be. His weak
Was
swing
that a
hits...
disadvantage?
Oh, that was not at disadvantage. So let's roll it again.
Mock that guy.
Yeah. So actually, never mind. He swings at the dwarf, but kind of slams onto his shield and sends a few splinters of wood out, but you're completely unharmed, Ulfgar. So now, Sin, you within the last 6 seconds, you passed out and then woken back up. You're ready to fight again. What you gonna do?
I think I'm gonna just hit the guy right in the center there.
All right. This guy's not at advantage, so do a regular roll. All right. Wow, nice. Okay, so you put a beat down on him pretty good. Your quarterstaff smacks into the back of his knee, causing him to fall over, and you use that advantage to give him a nice uppercut to his jaw. He looks like he could pass out at any moment, but he manages to regain his composure and get back to his feet. Seeking to take revenge on you for that mighty blow, he swings his sword at you. However, he kind of whiffs around your clothes and kind of rips a hole in your your armor or in your shirt, but doesn't make any kind of effective blow against you. His friend is pretty upset about it, so he's going to take a swing at you as well, and also pathetically just kind of cause a little bit of a run in your clothes, but nothing that would hurt. All right. Ulfgar, it's your turn. The guy in front of you, Red, is sitting there bleeding all over the place.
It looks like it's like some kind of Bruce Lee movie or something.
Yeah. All right. You do hit him with your battle axe and just kind of bury it into his shoulder, causing enough of a wound for him to fall over in front of you with his corpse getting blood on the ground. All right. We're back at the top. Kid, what you gonna do? And Reed, I'm really sorry that you're not here for this fight. This has got to be, like, less than exciting for you.
Reed's like, I got shit to explore.
Yeah, right.
I mean, this sarcophagus is pretty cool.
Yeah, right.
Do you want to give Rita a minute before we do this round?
Yeah, let's give Reed a minute just to kind of do what he was doing. So, Reed, what were you going to do next?
He was just investigating that other smaller door.
Okay, let's go ahead. You peek inside the door, and you can see there's some jail cells in here with 2 of the Red Hawks guarding it. In the jail cell to the north, there's kind of a middle-aged woman, and in the jail cell to the south, there's 2 younger girls. One of them looks like she's maybe 13. The other one looks like a younger girl, maybe 8 or 9. They haven't noticed you yet. They're just kind of sitting there talking. The prisoners aren't doing anything. The 2 Red Hawks are just kind of talking to each other, hanging out.
Okay, I'm going to take a surprise roll, draw out my bow, and try to snipe the one on top.
All right. So go ahead and make your roll. All right.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to use the restroom real quick and be right back.
All right. Okay, so you're able to hit the guy on top. However, it lands kind of in his arm. He yells out in pain, but he's not going down. He's not going down with that hit.
Okay. You want me to roll initiative now, or?
Yeah, go ahead and roll initiative.
You need like a separate initiative.
Yeah. It's all right. Let me see here. Yeah, you know what? I'll go ahead and we'll just kind of. Hey, how about this? We'll do each encounter all at once.
Oh, sure.
So we can have simultaneous combat going. That's no big deal. So Reed gets an 8. And let's see how these guys do.
Do rogues have sneak attack?
Rogue.
Early levels?
I think they do actually, and I think that gives you an additional die of damage. Let me check on sneak attack really quick. Let's see, rogue sneak attack. Let me see. You can deal an extra d6 damage with an attack that you have advantage on. So in this case, you would have advantage, and it can use a finesse or range weapon. So go ahead and roll another d6 on that.
You want me to change my roll to an advantage one then?
Yeah, go ahead. Well, since you already hit, you don't need to. Yeah, you wouldn't need to roll advantage since you already hit on that one, but yeah, let me see here. So he actually takes double damage, so you got a pretty good hit on him. You got him in the shoulder, and looks like you might have hit an artery or something like that. All right, let me see here. This guy
Reed cries out, "I'm here to save the day!"
Right. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and resolve this combat just turn by turn, so it'll be going on in 2 different places, but everyone will be kind of going at their same time. So let's see, this guy got a 13.
Do we kind of hear Reed yell that? So when we're done here, we can kind of...
You're pretty far away, so you're not going to be able to hear what's going on, but I would say that it's reasonable to expect. It's reasonable to expect that, man, where the hell did Reed go? He hasn't been here for a while. So you probably it wouldn't be unusual for you to say, hey, let's go find this guy. All right, so Reed, we're going to go ahead and handle your surprise round really quick. So go ahead and make your, yeah, you've got an extra round due to the surprise attack. So you can go ahead and do what you're going to do.
You attack the top guy again to finish him off.
Okay, you going to use your bow again?
You bet.
All right. All right, you get another arrow stuck in his leg. He, again, kind of screams out in pain and starts kind of taking a knee and falling to the ground, breathing heavily. All right, next, this guy is going to kind of run up and take a swing at you with his sword. He does hit. Ooh, man, a mighty hit. He deals 8 piercing damage to you. So, let me see. I think that's all for Reed. Yeah, you're at 5 now, right?
Yup.
Okay.
Oh,
all right.
Geez.
Good God. Maybe retreat or something. I don't know. Let's see. That guy's dead. So, Kiv, it's your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna viciously mock this guy, the guy on the left.
All right. Use your vicious mockery.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
No big deal. We're just kind of handling both combats at the same time, so we haven't passed your turn yet. All right, we'll do a wisdom saving throw on this guy. So your mockery is extremely effective, and he takes 4 damage. and feels like you've really gotten inside of his head with your mocking tone. And next will be this dude who can't kind of friggin'... His buddy's standing in the doorway, so he can't get past him, so he just kind of looks at you and yells like, "Hey, jerk, why'd you shoot me?"
He did it for the lulz.
Yeah, for the lulz, as usual. Sin, your turn.
Kind of shouts back, like, I got prisoners to save, so yeah.
Right, Sin, it's your turn.
So this guy looks pretty bad, right?
Which one? The middle guy?
The center, yeah.
Oh yeah, he's not doing too good right now.
Alright, so I'm gonna swing at middle, and then I'm just gonna try to kick left for my unarmed attack.
Okay.
Oh man, I missed.
All right,
Damn.
so middle guy, you just barely go past him. He ducks his head back just in time. However, the guy on the left takes a pretty good kick to the stomach and kind of says, "Ow, oof, owie, my stomach." All right. Next middle guy is going to see if he can meet your swing with an attack from his weapon, which he cannot do effectively at all. He looks full of shame that he didn't practice more when he was sparring with his friends. So, and the guy on the left is going to go ahead and make his attack at Ulfgar, which clangs ineffectively off Ulfgar's side of his plate of his mighty armor. And next is Reed's turn.
Takes 5 foot back.
All right.
Raises his bow and fires.
All right. Go ahead and make your roll there. Are you attacking the guy in front or the guy in behind him?
Guy behind.
Okay. Your arrow sails right into his eye. He falls backwards to the ground, completely lifeless, except for the small twitches that you're not certain mean he's alive.
Well, if you don't want to wind up with your friend behind you, you better stop.
All right, let's see who's next. Ulfgar, it's your turn next.
Give me a J.
Give me an Ustus. Got it. God damn. All right, what you gonna do, Ulfgar, in the name of justice?
Well, it depends on if that 10 hits or not.
All right. Let's see, that 10 did not hit. You swing wide of him and accidentally hit the ground with your mighty axe of justice.
Justice will come for you later.
Get inspiration.
All right, Kiv, it is now your turn.
Alright, I will viciously mock the other guy here. On the right.
Okay. Right guy, okay. Make your roll on that, or I make my roll on that. And though he is taken aback by your vicious mockery, he looks like he can still stand up, although just barely. That was a pretty cutting insult, but it wasn't enough to kill him forever. All right, next is this guy right here. In response to your demand, he says, "Fine, fine, just let me go. This is not worth the trouble. Can I leave?"
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, well, he throws off his cape and walks about muttering to himself about how he wished he'd never joined these idiots. All right, so Reed, your combat is all wrapped up, and we're almost wrapped up here on this side. Let's go ahead and see who's next. Sin, you're next. Dude in the center is barely alive. The other dude looks like he's about halfway toward death.
I'll do the same thing as last time.
All right.
Quarterstaff and then kick the other guy.
All right, go ahead and roll.
So for that quarterstaff, I'm going to use that inspiration.
Okay, so go ahead and use that inspiration. Right, so your quarterstaff hits the guy right in the center of his chest, stopping his heart and dropping him down on the floor. As for the other man, you make a pretty powerful kick to his chest as well. He stumbles backward and then kind of crawls up to his knees and barely is able to stand back up. He looks incredibly tired. All right, next is left guy's turn. He's going to take a swing at Sin because you've been just dropping his friends like flies. And he does make a hit, dealing 6 damage.
Not even close.
All right. Next is Ulfgar's turn. Let's see if you can finish this off.
All right, making an attack roll with inspiration.
All right.
I didn't even need it. There you go.
Yeah, way to go. All right, so Ulfgar, your axe swings true right into the guy's neck, slicing his head off as if it were just a plate of warm butter sitting in front of you. He drops down to the floor and his neck just squirts blood like a fountain all over the room.
I just look at my compatriots and I'm like, easy. Because I'm covered in blood.
Yeah.
GG no read.
God.
I'm gonna just stride forward and go open this other door here.
All right.
Like one in the hallway and just keep moving.
All right.
Hey,
So-
thanks for the protection, Sid.
Yeah. When you swing
Wasn't
that
even
door
close.
open, you see it looks like probably a study or a laboratory of some kind that Ilmar must have been using. There's a rat scurrying about inside, but nothing else. Upon seeing you, the rat kind of just runs away into a hole in the wall and scurries off.
Meanwhile, Reed searches the body for keys and starts letting the prisoners go.
Kim's gonna go find out what's going on with Reed. It's
All
been a
right.
while.
On the guard's body, you can see that there is a set of keys that can open up these cells. The woman in the north cell says, "Oh, thank you, sir, thank you. How can I ever repay you?"
Background porno music starts to play.
Yeah, right. Nah, I don't know if you'd want her, man. She's kind of old and haggard.
No judgment.
I mean, all these ladies are bigger than the red cards were. They're huge.
Yeah, whoop. Hey, man, tokens
Especially
can
the
be
one in the north there. Jesus, like
tokens
like a
can be
giant.
hard to come by. I'm not artistically inclined. I got to take what I can get.
So yeah, Reed's like,
That's a huge bitch.
Especially Reed, you're a
Thinking
fucking
he started by,
halfling. You're gonna
telling-
try and get
telling
this
us
like
your name.
evidently 7-foot tall woman. Yeah. She says, "My name is Elba. I'm from the town. However, they've been taking captives lately. I don't know what they've been doing, but people are just randomly taken out of the cells, and we never see them again." She
Reed
motions.
looks at her with a kind of a solemn face, like, well, he made sure that no one could ever be taken again.
She motions to the 2 girls in the other cell. "Those are my daughters, Nisa and Nara. We were dragged down here with my husband a few days ago. They had taken him down here for attempting to tell them to leave the town when they were in the tavern making trouble. I haven't seen him since."
I have a funny feeling I know what happened to him.
Yeah, you might be able to logically infer where he went. You can see a large pile of clothes in the top of the cell, in the north side of Elba's cell. It looks like there'd probably been a few dozen people's worth of clothes there. All right.
I feel like I already know the answer to these questions, but these guys do anything to you?
No, they've just been keeping us down here. Once in a while, they take someone away, and we don't hear from them again.
Your mic's cutting out.
All right, you hear me better now?
Yeah.
All right, she tells you that that we don't know where they take us, but every day or so, someone is taken out of the cells and never seen again.
Reed just kind of shakes his head as he continues unlocking.
She. All right, so she motions to her daughters in the back. She says, "Listen, if you wouldn't mind helping us out, then I'd be very grateful to you. Could you find it in your hearts to let us go?"
Oh, of course.
Very
We're on your
good.
side.
Listen, I don't have anything I can give you, but there was a nearby settlement that we used to live in. We owned an alchemy shop there. I have an heirloom that's an emerald necklace in there. It's in this nearby settlement called Beggar's Cross. It's been abandoned and home to monsters lately, but if you could go into our old alchemy shop, you could find my necklace and keep that for payment.
Oh, I have a dwarf friend. I'm sure would love that.
Well, if there's anything else you wouldn't need of us, we should be going.
Since you are an alchemist, I'm sure we can use some potions.
I'm afraid I don't have any with me. I've only taken up residence here because of Beggar's Cross is in ruins. I don't even have a shop here anymore. I've been getting by as a tavern wench.
Who attacked the Beggar's Cross?
Nothing. It was just abandoned long ago. Some cultists have come recently, but I don't know what they want there. Once the well dried up, nobody was living at Beggar's Cross anymore. It wasn't habitable to not have water nearby.
Reed kind of shakes his head. Oh, that's a shame. He kind of shows himself off with his wounds, so I could really use a potion right about now.
Like, the monk behind him is like covered in blood. And...
She looks at...
Hey dude, what's up?
Yeah,
I didn't see you come in here.
Jesus.
Ulfgar, loot these bodies.
Yeah, that's what I've been waiting on with him. I said I was searching the room and the bodies and stuff.
Oh,
I was
shit.
waiting for the girls to get wrapped up so I can get my gear.
Alright, let me go ahead and go through that. You're not able to find any treasure of note in that area. However, you do find on each of them they have about 2 gold pieces in their pockets. Let me see if I had... Actually, wait a minute. Ah, yes. I forgot. There is the amount of money that was left on the table itself that they were using when they were gambling over their dice. That total is about 75 coppers, 55 silvers, and 22 electrum pieces, and 15 gold pieces. There's also a gold earring on the table. Looks like somebody was losing quite a bit and had to start giving up some jewelry.
Got it. Writing down everything. So we got all the money tallied up so far from this little excursion, and all the various jewelry and valuables. I've got that all written down for us.
All right.
There's a lot of X's on this map.
Yeah, you've killed quite a few people here. Let me see here. Yeah, so... What were you saying?
And I'm proud of all of you.
Yes, I'm very proud of all the blood you've shed today.
Turn to Ulfgar and ask what's up north when he went in that room.
Oh, some sort of study or magic office or laboratory. I'm not sure.
What is this, like writing or drawing on the floor in blood or something? What am I looking at?
That's just looks like just some art depicting a beholder. It looks like it's been here long before Ilmar got here. It's kind of chipped and faded over the years.
Anything of note in this room?
No, just that's Ilmar's study. You'd already ransacked that earlier after you'd defeated him.
Okay.
Let me see here. All right, we're getting to a point where I actually got to put a stop to it tonight. I got some family stuff that we're going to be doing, but all in all, I'm actually going to give you, like, for not only outwitting the Nothic, but then defeating him in actual combat, I'm going to give you double XP for whatever he was worth. Just because, yeah. Hey, man, that's, I was planning for you to do one or the other, and the fact that you got both is like, well, shit. So, everybody, let me see. Let me do a little quick math here. Hang on. I'll let you know how much experience to give yourselves. So,
you just, like, put it all together, like, pooling it all together?
Yeah, because all the encounters you've done here is, let me see here. So,
all together, divide it up, or whatever is how it works.
Plus also for defeating Ilmar, for defeating the ruffians.
Oh yeah, I forgot that he was a battle.
Yeah, you've battled him as well, so let me see here.
Battle. Quote unquote battle.
Yeah, right.
Battle.
He got his ass kicked. He was gonna cast mage armor, but somebody was standing in front of his staff. So overall, go ahead and give yourselves 600 XP for all the encounters you've successfully done today, which should definitely level you up.
Yeah, what's that put us at a total now?
1210, I believe.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, that'll put you at 1210. So everybody's going to be third level. for the beginning of the next session.
Okay, because my there we go. Okay.
Yeah, we get it, Ulfgar. You're lawful good.
No, I was trying to get experience in this click.
Yeah, we all know you're lawful good, okay?
Hey,
Like
listen,
the first thing we ever heard from you is you yelling about justice on the back of the caravan. Okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that.
there it is.
people
Right
deserve to be
here.
treated with dignity and respect, and I need a candle every now and then.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, go ahead and let me see. I think that's all we got for this week, but we'll go ahead and finish this dungeon crawl next week. And of course, we still do have the Rocktooth Castle to explore next week. Now that we know its location, so we'll go ahead and kind of.
Goes, I'm gonna. Oh, go ahead and finish up.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and meet up next week, same bat time, same bat channel. But good job, everybody. You've kind of outwitted me in a few areas, and way to go.
Sweet. So we just assume that we're getting out of here and then sitting at the inn for the night.
Yeah, there's one room left unexplored. You can go ahead and pick up that room next week if you want to, or we can start off at Rocktooth Castle. Your choice.
I guess we'll just leave it here. Then.
All right. All right. Well, with that said, anyone who's watching on YouTube, thanks for joining us this week. Hopefully we'll figure out the friggin' technical difficulties next week. And if you're bored with this, go ahead and check out Phoenix Talon. Give him a shout out on YouTube. Thanks, everybody.